So what's up? It's your boy Ing Vendetta. You guys are doing well. This is a food for thought. I was talking with somebody, and she was talking about she's a friend, right? And she was talking about how a certain event made her feel. She went to a concert over the weekend, and she was supposed to go with a guy, right? And she was supposed to go with a guy. She kind of liked the guy, so the guy stood her up. He didn't come, which is an asshole move. But hey, you still got to enjoy a show. There's worse thing in life, right? It's not like, oh, you had a restaurant and you had to sit in a restaurant like a freaking loser, stood up for hours because you're waiting for your date, and the server is coming to you, the waiter. He's like, oh, sir, would you like something to drink? Like, no, 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 I'm gonna wait for her. Oh, sir, we're almost closing it. Would you like something? I'm waiting for her. It's embarrassing. You went to a concert alone. Who goes to concert? I think more people go to concert alone than with people, right? And she was talking to me how she feel bad because the guy didn't show up, and I was trying to explain to her. And I think if I can explain this to somebody who's 29 years old, I can explain it to pretty much everybody. We're so focused on how we feel during an event. For example, watching a movie, how it made you feel, hearing an album, how it made you feel. We're so focused on the emotion we're living through during that moment, and it's perfectly fine. You should live your emotion. You should understand your emotion, why you're having this emotion, because having emotion is human. Having emotion is normal. It is a fact that makes us human. Without emotion, we're a fucking sociopath, psychopath, or I'm not one of those two, right? There's something wrong chemically with our brain if we don't feel emotion, right? So I think it's phenomenal to feel emotion, but people that are so focused on feeling that emotion during that time where we have how can I say this? We're having an event, and in years you're gonna realize that the event, you're gonna remember the event. You're gonna remember how I was happy, I was sad. You're not gonna remember everything. You're gonna remember the event, like, oh, that show was sick. In a couple of years, she'll remember the show. She'll remember the song they did in an encore. Yeah, she won't remember the fucking assholes stood her up. So don't worry about the how you feel during an event. Enjoy the event. If you feel negatively versus an event, just try to enjoy it. Enjoy it for what it is. It's an event. Um, no, and that's life. That's life. If you don't enjoy the event in itself, and you're stuck in the emotion, you don't get to live it. If you don't get to live it, then why partake? I remember. I can't believe I'm going to say this. It was right after my best friend committed. And after I lost my girlfriend, I was alone. I was depressed, right? And I was working in a coffee shop, and the coffee shop let me go because I was drinking on the job. I was drinking, and I was working with girls, and those girls they were my life, right? I used to work with these girls every time, and it was fucking phenomenal. Le groupe, la crew de Marie-Stéphanie, je vous aime, Anastia. Marie-Stéphanie, ouais. À La Chine place, right? One of my only place, my last job actually, that was in the food industry. I worked at McDonald's, I worked at A&W, I worked at Marie-Stéphanie, and I work in a pasta shop that nobody knows about because it's a small shop. So I think that's super cool. I also work for Costco, but we're focusing on Mars Stephanie, and the girl they call me, and I need to go out, right? And back then I wasn't working, so when you're saying La Ronde, which is a French Canadian amusement park, it's $80 the ticket, right? And you get to spend the day. And most of the attraction, I was scared. I'm a wuss, bro. I'm a wuss. If it's too high, if it goes too fast, I'm not used to it. I don't like it, right? So most of the attraction, I wouldn't go. And somebody, I don't think they were trying to be rude. They said, "Hey, what are you doing here? If you're not gonna do if you're not gonna do the attraction, right?" And in their head, they're having these social event. They're working together, so they get to chill. I was alone, so it was my only social excursion. If I'm willing to pay $200 in a bar night, I'm willing to pay $70 for a whole day of fun. Then I realized what they meant. You're not enjoying yourself while you're here. It's not you're not enjoying being with us. You're not enjoying the attraction. I was focusing on the feeling of being surrounded by people I like versus focusing on the experience I'm having. Yeah. And you learn that shit. I was 22. I learned it a little later, but still something I learned. And I think it's still something we need to learn, each and every one of us. Food for thought. Oh, am I such a dick, such a douche doing this? Dog face.